Alrighty then. Cool, we got this. Let me just check if the correct mic is plugged in. Yep, it is. And it's on. Last time I forgot to turn it on. That was silly. Yikes. Come on, hold your ground. Okay. Sweet, I'm gonna work on issues today. Let me try to find the chart for this so that I can pull it out. This is a really long way of getting there. Profile. Yep. This. Don't need that. Pop out. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna work on issues today. And the first one so for those of you who are joining for the first time, don't know what this is about, I made a component library I think I started talking about it a few weeks ago, and it's still in beta. I don't know what to call it. Beta. I always call it beta. So it's in beta, and it's based on all of the things I've learned working on design systems. So it kind of tries to incorporate all of that and still have like a easy enough API. I wrote about all of the ideas in this first blog post, which is old and new ideas. So you can go through that and see if you like it. Today I'm going to work on the issues. There are 5 issues now, and I've only actually looked at one of these to know what it really is. Let's see. This is like if you want to know, this is kind of how it looks like working on open source stuff, where you create a library and like the few stars here, but not all of these people are using it. It's mostly people bookmarking it, or they think it's a cool thing, so they just give it a star. But when people start using it, the issues start pouring in. That's where kind of the real work starts. Okay, so hey there, I'm excited too, Jacob. I'm trying to get it set up in my next project. Yeah, so I looked at this earlier, and it seems like, so we have global CSS, which Next.js does not like, which makes sense. It's like Next.js is server rendered. I haven't actually tested with server-side code at all, so that makes sense. Okay, so cool. I created a next project. Is this the one? Yeah, so I created like a next example just to test this out. So I'm gonna, let's see, yarn run dev. Okay, guess it started. That was really fast. Okay, so this is like a next. That's a very nice page, by the way. So kudos to the folks at Next. But I'm gonna add the dependency. So let's add React UI. Let's add the latest version. I think that's gonna install the beta because that's how I've put them. And okay. Okay, so now that's done. Let's start dev. And of course, it's not gonna error immediately. It's gonna error like in a bit. Okay. Let's see. Ready on local first. That's cool. Should open this project. Okay, my spacebar feels stuck. Okay. Cool. Pages.index. I think this is the file. I can import it. Awesome. Import. Let's try importing the button from React UI. And then we can use this button. Let's say over here. Get started. Let's see, we should see something here. Compiling, that's a long compile. Oh, okay. Yep, that's the error is talking about. So cannot be imported within. And it's something to do with the reach menu button. Okay, let's try the menu. Whoop, where am I? I have two of these open, don't I? Okay, so the left one is the one with next, and this is the, yeah, this is the React UI. So what's interesting is that the menu loads the CSS for menu button, and that's kind of the recommended usage with Reach UI. So the menu in React UI uses the menu from Reach UI, and this is how they recommend to use it. Let's see, let's try to read this, because we can avoid it if we want to, but one of your dependencies imports a CSS file. Reach out to the maintainer, ask them to publish a compiled version. Compiled dependencies do not have references to CSS. What's interesting is we do have a compiled. This is a compiled version. Wait, what's inside this? Nope, not here. Here. Code, node modules, index. Okay. Yeah, so this is the file, and it of course has like a bunch of imports like React and the primitives and merge, and this is the CSS one. So it seems like the others are fine, just that the CSS one shouldn't be there. So I think the easiest thing we can do is we can replace it. So I'm going to close the next example. I'm going to load the docs for React UI. Docs yarn start. Let's try to get rid of this dependency. I wonder how many components have something like this. So let's search .css. Okay, so it's just one, it's only menu. Cool, so that shouldn't be so hard. We already have the concept of styles. Oh, what's interesting is this is global styles. Interesting. Okay, but we still probably do something with global styles. Let's see. Menu style doesn't care. Do we have something in the themes? Menu. Yeah, so we only do simple things like data selected. Cool. Components. Menu. Okay, so this is the menu, right? And some of these styles come from Reach. So if we move to the, like we theme it already, but there are still some things. Oh, I can show you. So if you go to the base theme, base.js menu. I don't know why we theme it this much, but yeah. So this is the default no styles version. Oh, this is the button, and this is the primary button. Interesting. And then we have all of this. and it seems like we don't really have another way but to replace this file. So first of all, let's get this file. GitHub reach UI. The version's gonna be important. Okay. So reach menu button 0.7. Menu button. Still in verb, but okay, let me put this chart. This is funny. Ruben is still at work, but it's here in the background. That's good. I just stopped working. I just stopped the work to do this extra work. Okay, let's see. So menu button is on 0.9, which means we are few versions behind. Interesting. Oh, by the way, check this out. I also am a contributor to this file. I think I fixed a bug. What's something very interesting about unpackage is that first of all, like it's a way of getting the UMD builds. Second, you can actually plug in a version here. So for example, I can get 7.0. Okay, let me just remove this. Yeah, so I get this file. The other thing is you can just leave it at slash. Oh, I was gonna show you something cool. Okay, let me reload. Yeah, so if you put slash, it shows you the directory. So it will show you what all files are there, which is the equivalent of opening up the dist package of that version. Yeah, so I clearly use it too much, so it's can't even open it anymore. But I'm sure I can just open this file. I think this should work. Oh, this is not browse anymore. Okay, this is too slow. So while this is loading, we can... Yeah, so this is not gonna load, that's stupid. Okay, I have another way of working with this. So if I go back to the package, I wanna bet like the style doesn't change too often. Like I could go to the releases and go back in time. So let's do that. We are on 0.7. 7.0. Yeah, so we're on this one, which is this commit. So go to this commit and then browse files, find our way again, menu button. Whoop, where's the file? There we go. That's what we want. So essentially, we want all of this, or at least enough of this that we use. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. First of all, this, if we don't have this, then you'd see a console warning. So I'm gonna drop this in the base. Global body. Oh damn it! I figured out a way of adding global styles, but I'm clearly missing in the base theme. Okay, it's not tokens. It's there you go. Oh, so it's called global. So if before here, cool. So let's try to make it work for the base theme first, and then we'll also do it for the other themes. First of all, we need a CSS variable, which should be in root. Oh, okay. So if I make a root, then okay, so if I have this, I shouldn't have any warnings anymore, at least. Okay, so my docs are running. I got it on React UI. Dev version of it. Okay, cool. So let's go to base, and I'm gonna comment this line out. And like a good test would be if we still see a warning for reach, or if we don't. Let's see. Okay, a bunch of these warnings are from the docs, which I think we can ignore. There is no warning from reach. Let me just confirm that. So if I remove this flag, I should get a warning. Yep, there we go. Reach menu styles not found. Perfect. So this is kind of like an indication to reach that, yeah, I'm adding it manually, so you don't have to worry about them. But now we actually have to add it manually as well. Let's see. Reach menu. Okay, so this is the first layer. I could add all of these as global, but I feel like there are places where these should be. So let's try to add it in the right place. So this is this is without any styles, and you can see it kind of works weird and it breaks because reach itself doesn't get the right handlers. Element, hold this down. Okay, so this is menu item. We still have that. So if you want to catch data reach menu item, we have it. And if you want to catch data reach menu list, we have that. We don't really have a way of getting reach menu. We have menu list and menu item. So this is going to be tough. But all of these are fine. Okay, some of these are styles and some of these are not. So the ones that are not styles, I'm gonna drop them inside the component. So first let's try to do menu list. Data reach menu list and items. This has to be display block. Okay, I need to convert all of these, and my coworker Sarah created this really cool tool, CSS to JS, in which you can drop CSS and you get you almost get JS. What's wrong? Okay, it doesn't like font size. Oh no, it's my fault. I didn't add this dot, I don't know, class name, and now convert. Oop, okay. Yeah, there you go. Extra marker. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep this open because we probably need this again. Okay, so these are styles from reach. We do need display block. I have a feeling we don't need a background here because the background should come from the base theme. In fact, it would be cool if we could hide this detail, but okay, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, the background should be in the theme, so we don't need this. We don't need border. Outline none is something we want. White space something we want. Padding and font size again shouldn't be, like, anything that's related to theming shouldn't be inside it. Then we've got this item. Yep, this should be here. So display block and user select none. Cool, this is good. Ruben asked, are you thinking about using TypeScript in React UI? I definitely am, but I'm trying to like push it a little in the future, because I first want to get like the API and the components right, and then start adding TypeScript. And this is kind of like a personal bias. I have a feeling that there are APIs that can be really good, really nicely typed, and there are APIs that can be really nice to use, and there is an intersection there but at least at work we use TypeScript. So I find myself kind of restricted by things that are like, if it can't be typed, then you can't use that API. So that's something I kind of want to avoid at first. Cool. Okay, so let's see. Next one, data reach menu items. These and these are the same, and the DOM link is there. Okay. Probably should read that. Cursor pointer. There we go. Oh, interesting. So if it's in... interesting. Okay, actually, these are... Oh, okay, that's smart. This is otherwise after 2,141. Okay, pretty cool. For us, we actually only use one of them, so we don't have to worry. This is redundant. Isn't this the default style? I don't think we'll have to mention any of these. I think so. Neither do we need to mention padding. Data selected, color white. I think outline none is the only one that we should have here. Because the rest of them are actually part of the theme. I think that's it. I think that is enough. So the only thing that we're still missing is this. This is definitely gonna bite us though. Or maybe not. It seems nice. The font size is kind of messed up. Okay, that's now I understand why we need font size here. Font size inherit. Oh, still reloading. Oof, oof, oof. Okay, it's still too big. Oh, I get it. So this is actually in a portal. This is not part of the body, so it doesn't actually have... It can't inherit the container style. So in that case, it should be defined here. The menu list should have font size. I'm gonna give it 3. What's the button font size? 3, yeah, so it should have the same one. But that didn't do anything. Okay, let's see. Menu list, and this menu list. This has a... Does this not have font size? It does not. Menu list, font size. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Because it has a bunch of these. Oh, this is the light theme again. Damn it. Base theme, okay. Yeah, okay, so this works. So font size is something that needs to exist here. And we should add it to the light theme as well. Already had it. Menu font size, let's add it a little below. And the dark theme. Okay, this is good. Now we need global. Now I really don't think like you should be like somebody using it shouldn't need to keep this. This should be internal, right? So let me try to hide this API detail. I think we can hide it in the theme provider. Theme provider index. We do a bunch of things here. Maybe we can hide it. complain about tokens, combine themes. This is where we can do it. So if components and components dot global is merge this needs to be merged with the components global. Right, so this is the new thing, and then this is the other thing. So we're basically merging it onto itself essentially. And if there's already something in root, this merge would take care of it. Okay, let's see. So when we change themes, first it should work. Second, it also shouldn't complain about the missing theme. It complains about something, but that's a bug in the docs, not in this. Okay, here we go. Found the first problems. Color. Okay, let me check if the light theme does this properly. Yeah, the light theme solid. Oh wait, it's actually not getting the color. Yes, that should be in the base theme as well, and in the dark theme. Okay, good thing is all of them have something called text body. Okay, let's go to dark theme, test it again. No, it's still something screwed up. Okay, it's still loading. Yeah, okay, cool. Just the hover, the effect, everything's good. Okay. I just found something, like, it's kind of annoying where like this thing is so stuck to it. Like I feel like this should almost have like a margin top of like 4 pixels, maybe 2 pixels, maybe just 1 even, but like there should be some gap. I don't know if that's for the theme to do. I think why not. The light and dark theme definitely could have this opinion. It's like the base theme can't. Okay, I'm gonna make a 2 pixel. Oop. But so the base theme tries to be like an unopinionated theme. But the light and dark are kind of like the, okay, let it reload. Jeez. Yeah, the light and dark themes are kind of like my preset themes. It's where I put my ideas. So okay, clearly this doesn't work. If menu list has margin top, come on. Menu list. Okay, we add a margin 0. So we add a margin top and then we add a margin 0, which basically nullifies one of these. Where is margin 0? Padding 0. There's the margin here. Oh, hello. Tried doing that before. Okay. Interesting. I think we ran into a bug where this thing tries to have a margin but fails. Okay, so maybe we should keep what we had, and instead I should try to fix that bug. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna note it down in my bugs. Bug menu list margin doesn't get applied. Cool. Okay. So one step at a time. Now that we've removed one of the things, which is we don't import menu.css from reach. So that's step one at least. Okay, let's see. Git status. Change a bunch of things. Source components. Okay, let me see if any of these are not intentional. Yeah, this is intentional. This is the whole point. Yep. Yep, this is good. Global. Oh, nope. We did not want to add anything global to base. This is also intentional. This is intentional. Okay, good. So the only mistake we've done is in base, I added global, but I actually didn't want to add anything. I just wanted to leave like a hint. Cool. So add theme. Perfect. Copy over styles from reach menu button. Suraj is asking which is the VS Code theme that you're using. Wait, what is it? Oh, this one is it's actually Code Sandbox Black. It's the same theme that we use in Code Sandbox. Like it's the place I work, I guess you know. And yikes, not this page. And so while we were doing the redesign, which is like a completely new theme, we also wanted to come up with a syntax theme that would match its personality essentially. So we came up with a new theme. Yeah, okay, let VS Code load until import React from. Yeah, so this is the theme. Can I change the theme? Yeah, so this was the old theme, and then when we did the redesign, we wanted like a more black kind of look, so we built a VS Code theme for it, and published it. A bunch of people use it surprisingly. So yeah, if you want to use it, you can just like, install it from the VS Code marketplace. Yeah, and that's the one I'm using because if I build it, I have to test it. So this is the one I use most of the time. Cool. Let's see. Okay, next step. Yeah, so did I push it? No. Committed it, then push it. Okay, now let's build it. Build. Perfect. And I have to change the version number. It should be 16. And let me update the readme as well. Wait, where is it? Yeah, this one has 15 somewhere. Yeah, this is now at beta 16. Cool. I should run build again. Yarn build. Really love the thing. Thanks. It came out. Yeah, the theme came out really nice. This is the first VS Code theme I built. It took a lot of weird work, but yeah, happy how it came out. Cool. Let's commit. What is this? The patch release. Git a push and then npm publish. Okay. This is how it's done. This is okay. Perfect. Now it's done. Now that this version is published, let me go back to the next example. Yeah, let's add the latest React UI. so that we can test it. Okay, yarn dev, I think it was. It's still bundling. Oh wow, okay, bunch of things broke. Nice, but we got a different error message than last time, so that means progress. Unexpected theme provider. Oh, oh wow, this is a good issue. Okay, let's go back again. Okay, this will need some explaining. Okay, faster. Okay, so what we do, this is the React UI package, and the React UI package actually depends on another thing called DS tools, which is also something I've made. So it's actually in this very own package. There's a primitive, and this is where the element primitive comes from. So if you've seen the docs, explore the components. Yeah, so there's the element primitive on top of which all the other components are built on. And this actually sits in a different package. It's not part of React UI because I thought I'll do something else with it. Like React UI should not be the only thing that consumes it. But at least how it's turned out right now, I didn't really build anything else with it. So I think instead of like going through a build process for this, maybe we should just merge it with React UI. So anyways, all the dependencies have to come with it. So let's try to, what's the best way? There are these 3 files. In fact, the 2 files, this is just a re-export. Okay, so let's move these 2 files and go ahead and see where we go from there. Where do I drop them? Okay, so if they're internal dependencies, it kind of doesn't matter. So I'm just going to create a new folder called primitives. Right, and then just create the first one, which is element.js, copy paste this entire thing. Right, a bunch, so we need to import a bunch of things here. But other than that, it needs interpolate. Interpolate is basically where all the useful logic is. This is what fills in the theme. Okay, so now that's done. This is done, and the goal essentially is to get rid of this dependency. So if I delete this, I'm sure it wouldn't even build anymore, and I need to add what's missing. So let's go to primitives package. These are the things we're missing, so let's just install all of them. Where am I? Packages, React UI, yarn remove ds tools, primitives. This isn't, oh, because I just removed it. Wait, let me add it again just so that it's a clean uninstall. I also wanted to like get removed from the lock file and everything. Okay, so that's gone. Good. Go away. Now instead of exploring the code base and found theme.figma. Yeah. Oh yeah, so this whole package of DS tools has kind of nothing to do with React UI, but it's just a bunch of tools essentially, like tiny tools that came up during the process of building this. So it's like a lot of concepts that are like just right next to each other. There is a okay, 1 second. If I go to my website, I hope I've linked it. I gave a talk about the all of the tools. Oh yeah, I think it's this one. Oh yeah, so just go to 2019, the first talk that you see. Yeah, that's the one. So in this talk, I think I talk about the concept of DS tools, like everything is that is there in DS tools. And wait, let me just confirm if that's the right talk. Jesus. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so you can check that out. That's where all of the. Oh, actually, if you go to the other repo, yeah, I forgot. I also moved some of these into a repo, or did I? Yeah, there we go. Scheduled reminders. I don't want them. Yeah. So theme.figma. You can actually. This is a better place to probably look at it. And yeah, there's not a lot of docs yet, but hope that at least gives you some idea. Okay. So now that one of these things is deleted, we need all of the missing dependencies of primitives. So we need yarn add. We need emotion core, emotion styled, DLV, emotion theming, and face paint. I have you heard of like how people brag that emotion is really small? Um, emotion core is really small, but you still need 3 packages to build an app. So like you kind of have to add all of them up to compare. Yeah, so you can't just look at the core package. You got to look at like all of them. The talk really helped in understanding design system. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Glad I could help. Okay, so now that it's installed, let's see. Cool. So dependencies shouldn't be a problem anymore. We can close this folder. And I'm sure there's a bunch of components that actually use it. So, oh wait, I actually export them, don't I? Oh, primitives, there we go. Primitives and primitives, that's gonna be annoying. I think I can just create like an index here. Index.js, which exports everything inside this. Yeah, so now this should work with this. Yeah, this should be a 1:1 replacement. Export. Perfect. So then we don't need this because we replaced it with an index file. Interpolate element, emotion core. Sweet, that should work. I don't know why I export global. I don't think I should be exporting global because there is a way of doing global styles. Anywho, we'll deal with that later. There is literally no use for this file. I'm gonna delete it. Primitives. Okay. Now let's search all of the files that use it so that we can replace those. DS tools primitives. Okay, there is a bunch of them. Okay, not in dist. Wait, can I delete the dist folder first? Great. What is this? React UI public. Okay, ignore public as well. Yeah, now we're talking. Okay, so a bunch of these use it, right? And it uses from the components. Okay, so all of the components, because they're built on it, they all use primitives, which means I can just do a replace all if I know what to do with one. So this should be go back, further back, further back, primitives. There you go. This is what we need to replace it. From. Okay, so if it's an import statement, it should get replaced with this relative import. Okay, go for it. Did it do it? Whoa, okay. Okay, I've actually never used replace in VS Code. I don't know how it works. Source? No, it didn't replace them. What? Yeah, do it. Do it. Am I supposed to click something? Am I supposed to do each one of these? Replace preview. How do you commit this? How do you say yes? That is what I want. Okay, what is this icon? Okay, shift command replace all. It literally doesn't do it. Okay. Shift command 1. Okay, shift command 1. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Okay, when you click it, it gives you this preview, and this is what I want. So can I say control save? Can I say enter? Cannot edit and read only. Control save. How do you say yes to all of this? Is it this icon? Is it this icon? Is it this icon? Oh god. Okay, so we got 1. I can save that. Great. Click. Okay, I think I just need to click each one of these. Okay, fine. Something's happening. Do it. Yes. 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 Yes, please. Yes, thank you. Okay, perfect. Let's do a search. Found 0. I think this is done now. Status. Yeah, perfect. Guess just add all of this. Cool. So now that primitive is gone, I've got all of these new ones. Is there a script that would fail? So for example, this script is garbage. This shouldn't be there. But I think the rest of it is fine. Maybe this should be 17. Now that we want to publish a new one. But I'm going to test the docs first. Where am I? Yeah, I use the docs as like a testing bed because it has all the components. Okay, let's take shortcuts. I want to make this 17. Oh wait, it still hasn't loaded, so come on, this is too slow. Wait, what version does the doc use? Yeah, this should use the same version as. Okay, it seems like everything still works. Text area, yeah, seems like everything's working. Cool. Okay. There's another thing I noticed, which I should fix, like this description. I'm sure I left it empty because I didn't know how to describe the project, but now I do. GitHub. Yeah, I think this is the summary. I can just copy this, put it here, and there's a way of putting a website, I think. npm website. Nope, that's not what I should search for. Package JSON website. Yep, that's the one. Homepage. Yeah, this is what I want. Description, homepage. Perfect. Cool. So now we've got this ready. Commit. Absorb DS tools primitives into React UI. Yarn build. Cool. We published 2 versions today. Perfect. Git push. Nice. Okay, let's go back to next and see what else is screwed up. Temp, next examples, add the latest version. So this one should at least get rid of this error that was reported, and then hopefully I'll be able to get to the next step if there are any more errors. Because that's the thing, I've never tested on server side, so I don't know what to expect. Okay, no error, that's good. Cool. You also notice that the button is just a button. It's not a styled button. And there's an error. Wow, missing theme provider. Please wrap your application in a theme provider. Nice, that is helpful, almost helpful docs. Refer to the documentation at /. What is that supposed to mean? There is no link here. Okay, but first let's actually do the thing. So theme provider. Right, and I can wrap my main and the footer maybe until here in a theme provider. Okay, compiled, ready. So you see now you get the base button, right? But it's not styled, of course. To get the styles, we can import tokens and components from React UI themes light, and just pass these to the theme provider. Okay, yep, now we got a green. Is components, buttons. There are these 3 that are already there, so let's try a variant destructive just to test it out. Yep. Okay, so now that let me just check if there are any errors on the console just to be sure. Reload. Oh no, there is. Anonymous function. That's not really a useful error. What? We import theme.light. Yeah, what's the problem on line 479? Wow. Line 479. is the export. Yeah, what's the problem? Export default theme. Oh, we don't build the theme. Oh shit. Okay, that's good though. Now we know something more. Nice. Let's go back. Nice, using it with too fast. It's cool. Using it with Next was showing me a lot of errors that using it with React, Create React app didn't. Because I think Create React app does a little more for you. Okay, let's see. Themes. Yeah, so this is themes. Oh yeah, we don't even compile them. I kind of don't want to compile them. Can I just do something like this where I manually export them? Okay, I'm gonna go back to Next. Right, and then let's just try to modify the theme. Like modify the node modules and then see what happens. Exports.default should be theme, and exports.tokens is tokens. Exports are components as components. So now this syntax should kind of work. Let's try it out. That's really interesting. I'm glad I tried this out because like Jacob only reported one of the things. But yeah, if he just pushed it back, then he would have gotten so many more errors. Okay, so that's the fix. Everything works. Okay, cool. So now this would be the last fix for Next. Go to React UI, open it in VS Code. Go to the light theme. And this is how we should always publish themes. Go to the dark theme. Now you could compile them and like send them through rollup, but like it's really not necessary. Use ES, I don't know what this is called, like non CJS format for themes. And let me do a bug fix release. Whoop. React UI package beta 18. We should also put this in the readme. Badge 18. Oops, save. Okay. Where am I? Okay, let's push this first. Git commit. Bump. Patch. Bug fix version. I'm gonna push it. You can see it's a lie, like it's not there yet. But I just like I want a clean commit history before I build, so that there are no extra files by mistake. Build it. Oh god, I wish I hadn't done that. Now this broke. Oh, now rollup doesn't like it. Very interesting. We do a base theme somewhere. Yeah, we do a star as well. This should be a oh wait, I shouldn't do any of these. I should just do tokens and components as base tokens as base components, and then this should be, wait, I actually have default, so I can just say base, and this would go in the default. That should have been easier. Okay, yarn build. Nope. Default is not exported by themes base. Pretty sure it is. Okay. I think this is one of those things that you have to do as default as base. It sounds so wrong, but I mean, it's kind of converting from CJS to the other one, so why not? Sure. Oh god, it's still wrong. Default is not exported. Okay, this is some bullshit. What is exported? Show me. Perfect, now we got something. Tokens is based on tokens. Huh? How does this work? If I say node, and if I require that file, so if I go to source, no, wait, where am I? Okay. If I require const theme is required themes slash base.js theme. Yeah, I get the whole thing, but what's console.theme? Okay, I get default and I get stuff. So can I do a tokens? Oops, sorry. Tokens is require same theme slash light base. Yeah, okay, fine. So that's what we'll have to do then. Tokens and components, and then I'm gonna reconstruct this, which sounds so silly. And now try to build this again. Tokens is not exported. Okay, I'm really struggling with why not. Okay, let's see what's inside this, because I think I might have seen the wrong. I was trying to recreate this, but I think that's not how it's done. What is exports? Exports is nothing. That's just module.export. God damn it. Okay, module. Yes. Yes, you can say exports dot something is something, and then you get it and base dot. Yeah, so if by that logic I really should be able to do this. Import. Oh, but this is a require. I'm also doing an import. So if there is a default, then it should work. Okay, let's see. Import. Lozad, right? Okay, so whatever you export can be, like if it's a function, is that what I'm doing wrong? Should this be module.exports? What? That does not look correct. Yeah, good. It's not. Okay, so okay, it's time to stop acting like a smartass and actually just do it the way roll up wants it. I'm gonna undo the weird smartness that I did. Yeah, let's just keep this. In the base theme, in the light theme, put in, and in the dark theme. Yeah, let's undo. Yeah, so let's keep everything as it is. Yep. Undo manual CJS, and let's look at our rollup config now. Rollup. Let's see. So we try to get from the source. That's where we start. What is package.source? Package.source is index.js, React UI, index.js. Okay, so these are all the components. Here we don't really put the files, which means we need two of these. Can I do this? Does this work? Input. What should it be? It should be themes slash. Okay, now I clearly don't know what I'm doing, but the plugin should be the same. Input, output should be okay. Now I'm completely okay. Now I'm completely like writing things without knowing them. I should stop that. Index is done. Themes is not done because it couldn't resolve anything like this. Okay, so this is not the way to do it. Good. Roll up. Okay, we've gone from something trying to find a simple solution to trying to do it this way. Config. Can I give it? Does it have to know all the files? That seems okay, but okay. I should probably read the docs first and then do this. Cool. So I'm gonna stop the stream here. I've been going on for an hour, and yeah, I'll find out. I'll read the docs, find out how you should do it, and then I'll basically start over with the theme stuff. So, yep. Yes, if you've been watching me debug for the last 20 minutes and, like been in constant facepalm. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here and continue maybe tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully, because there are more issues to deal with. This was all of this was like one of the issues. I haven't even thought about these. Although I think like all of these are in one. Um, all of these have the same response. I know what to say here, so maybe that's what I'll do tomorrow. Cool. See you maybe again, same time. Ciao.